Welcome to the B2T show, where we empower Christian patriots with truth. This is Rick, your host. Here is Bill Mitchell saying, Democrats sent hundreds of thousands of fake RSVPs to the Trump rally. That's when it almost got up to 1 million, right? Imagine what they would do with mail-in ballots. Isn't that exactly right? That just shows you where they are coming from, and that's what they're trying to do. This is all about mail-in ballots and trying to rig the 2020 election. All this strife, all this uproar, but what is it doing? God is using this, I believe, to direct and wake up all these people on the left, all these rhinos, all these independents, and get the people that didn't care about politics ever to pay attention and see that their country was about taken over. And they're going to learn about the 16-year plan to destroy America, the Saul Alinsky tactics, and everything you've been learning ever since you were red-pilled. Here's George and Sater saying, they're trying to say POTUS's rally last night was a dud because of a small attendance size, which wasn't small by any means, although every online stream I saw had record numbers, hundreds of thousands of viewers on multiple feeds. Nice try, fake news, but you can't stop the movement. June 20th, we see a tweet that says Justice Department. What is it? It is a letter. Attorney General William Barr on the nomination of Jay Clinton to serve as U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. So we're basically getting a cabal member out and draining the swamp, putting a white hat in. So this is going to, the things that Jeff Sessions couldn't do because it was too on fire and not enough power yet as of the government. So he put in this acting person that ended up actually getting I guess confirmed or unanimously appointed by judges, right? But it's clearly the president's job, but that's not what we're going to hear as we go forward here. So as we see here, we got Attorney General William P. Barr on the nomination of Jay Clinton to serve as a U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. I'm pleased to announce this. So that obviously means that other person was fired or resigned, right? So this is going to kind of play out here over the next couple of tweets. It says SDNY, Southern District, New York. Importance of SDNY? Control, jurisdiction, Wiener evidence collection, Clinton Foundation, Epstein evidence collection, Ukraine, focus on above for now. Watch New York City. There's another tweet here about the Southern District of New York in the news. And here is a statement that Jeffrey Berman, who was the one appointed by Sessions, who later was confirmed by these judges. What does he say? He's not going to resign. It reminds me of some of these other cabal people early in the Trump administration. The statement of U.S. Attorney Jeffrey S. Berman on announcement by Attorney General Barr. I learned in a press release from the Attorney General tonight that I was stepping down as United States Attorney. I have not resigned, and I have no intention of resigning my position to which I was appointed by the judges of the United States District Court of the Southern District of New York. I will step down when a presidentially appointed nominee is confirmed by the Senate. Until then, our investigations will move forward without delay or interruptions. So they're obviously trying to paint this as Trump is trying to actually affect it. I like it, Michael. Sour grapes, that's right. Until then, our investigation will move forward without delay or interruption. I cherish every day that I work with the men and women of this office to pursue justice without fear or favor, and intend to ensure that this office's important cases continue unimpeded. AG William Barr responds to the Southern District of New York Attorney Jeffrey Berman, quote, unfortunately, with your statement of last night, you have chosen public spectacle over public service. I have asked the president to remove you as of today, and he has done so. So you don't want to resign? Okay, we will officially fire you. There you go. In the Office of the Attorney General, Washington, D.C., there it is, Jeffrey Berman. We see, dear Mr. Berman, I was surprised and quite disappointed by the press statement you released last night. As we discussed, I wanted the opportunity to choose a different New York lawyer, Jay Clinton, to nominate as United States Attorney, and was hoping for your cooperation to facilitate a smooth transition. When the Department of Justice advised the public of the president's intent to nominate your successor, I had understood that we were in an ongoing discussions concerning the possibility of you remaining in the department or administration in one of the other senior positions we discussed, including Assistant Attorney General for the Civil Division of the Chairman of the Securities and Exchange Commission. While we advise the public that you would leave the U.S. Attorney's office in 2 weeks, I still hope that your departure could be amicable. Unfortunately, with your statement of last night, you have chosen public spectacle over public service. Because you have declared that you have no intention of resigning, I have asked the president to remove you as of today, and he has done so. By operation of law, the Deputy United States Attorney, Audrey Strauss, will become the acting United States Attorney, and I anticipate that she will serve in that capacity until the permanent successor is in place. C. 28 USC 541C, just what the Anon had pointed to already, right? This Anon continues to say, they couldn't get in. We need to start showing up when Biden holds his gatherings. Can't call them rallies, not enough to attend. So here we go. Then Q amplifies on those Anon posts. He says, it will not happen again. Remember, they also phone in to report threats, deliberate, heightened security due to recent events. What was the combined social media unique view count? Non-TV? 500 million plus? Keep your eye on the ball. Q.
We're waiting on John Durham's investigation, a criminal investigation. What bearing does the election have on that? I haven't heard any Democrats raise any upset over the fact that wiretapping of an American citizen was illegal. An FBI agent changed evidence, changed a document, a whole host of issues. So am I to believe that if we don't get the results of the John Durham investigation before the election and Donald Trump loses, we won't hear another word about this?
Well, first, I agree with you. It's been stunning that all we've gotten from the mainstream media is sort of bovine silence in the face of the complete collapse of the so-called Russiagate scandal, which they did all they could to sensationalize and drive. And it's like not even a whoops, they just on to the next false scandal. So that has been surprising to me, that people aren't concerned about civil liberties and in the integrity of our governmental process. In terms of the future of Durham's investigation, he's pressing ahead as hard as he can, and I expect that, we will have some developments, hopefully before the end of the summer. But as I've said, his investigation will continue. It's not going to stop because of the election. What happens after the election may depend on who wins the election.
Current former military public statements, POTUS unconstitutional framework, military takeover if exercised, loyalists prevent, bill on 4-year push, C, wave 2, opportunity card, Democrat mayors and governors impose new restrictions if needed, retain narrative for mail-in voting, needed, safety, security, limit economic unemployment recovery, slow, added, bar today, lockdowns plus C, halt use of grand juries due to close proximity, COVID-mandated restrictions throughout all cities, lockdowns plus C, halt travel of called witnesses regarding pending investigations of Durham that are known, legal out deployed by witnesses, quote, I do not feel comfortable and or safe traveling due to the COVID-19 health concerns, unquote. Driver baseline, MSDNC, coordinated narrative, con. Apply logic and common sense. 1. What are they trying to prevent? 2. Who benefits the most? All assets deployed. Q. And this is a beautiful. There is still a lot of good in humanity when we stop seeing everything through racial lenses. Rose Grease and her husband, 100-year-old husband, were trying to leave a gas station in Florida. Fortunately, these 3 men saw it and immediately went outside to help. So here's 2 African-American men helping a son. And look at that, I just thought this is so sweet. Her husband's trying to help, a 100-year-old man trying to help his 100-year-old wife. but they really needed help. And who helped? Just two young African-American black men from the neighborhood. I look over, and there three men were assisting the couple. It was a beautiful thing to see. This is an officer. I know these men from the neighborhood, and I wanted them to have that moment. Whole point is, this is America. Black, white, different ages, different genders, helping each other. This black American Trump fan has had a white dad, and he just is saying, my dad is white, and he taught me how to be successful. My dad is white, and he taught me about black history and my ancestors. My dad is white, and he taught me to be proud in my black skin. My dad has loved me unconditionally as a white man. Happy Father's Day to my dad. You just listened to the Blessed to Teach show. You're now empowered with the truth.